What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Hall of Fame series, The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Now here we do have Jimmy Hart in the packaging. He does come with one accessory, that being his megaphone. Jimmy Hart was of course known for having the megaphone. That's why he is called The Mouth of the South. On the side we have a really nice picture of the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. On the back we get a little read-up. Nobody ever accused Jimmy Hart of not speaking his mind. In fact, just about the only thing louder than the Mouth of the South was his sequined jackets that he wore. This outrageous legend managed some of the biggest superstars in WWE history and somehow managed to shine just about all of them. With stable talent that read like a virtual who's who of WWE's finest, Hart was rarely seen without his trusty megaphone in hand. While the bullhorn was generally used to instruct and encourage his protégés and distract and discourage his foes, Hart wasn't above using it as a weapon if necessary. Jimmy Hart's pre-WWE career was a successful musician, which served him well throughout his career. He has been instrumental in the creation of WWE entrance musics for many superstars. Other figures in this line include the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Macho King Randy Savage, and Jimmy Hart. And if you can't see, there is a blacked out image that is supposed to be Macho King, and right here was supposed to be Cactus Jack, but legend dispute and we didn't get Cactus Jack. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get the Mouth of the South out of the packaging, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review. So sit tight, everyone. And here we have Jimmy Hart posing out of the packaging. Before we get on to Jimmy Hart, let's actually go on to his accessories. He does come with two accessories, one being his megaphone, if I can get that out of his hand. What is Jimmy Hart without his megaphone? I don't know, I really did like the gimmick with Jimmy Hart with the megaphone and him like screaming orders or like distracting his client, I want to say. His client's opponent. But really nice accessory. It's just basically white with red paint. You can see the hearts and kisses all around it, and I don't know, I think mine is missing something. I don't know, something looks like it should be plugged in there. Maybe this is the same megaphone that CM Punk and D-Generation X Triple H came with. I'm not sure, so maybe there is an additional piece that wasn't included with Jimmy Hart. And the next accessory he comes with are his sunglasses. Be very careful pulling these off. The first time I pulled them off, I actually bent them a little. So when you're taking them out, just dropped them. Use caution when taking his sunglasses off. They are really well done. It's just white with black paint. So really nice. I'm going to put those back on him in a little bit. Let's actually just zoom the camera out. And so here we have Jimmy Hart out of the packaging, and I'm going to say not a fan of his expression with his glasses off, and thankfully what I feared that they didn't paint his eyes was just my imagination. His eyes are painted. A little more attention to detail with the mouth, because his mouth is unpainted. Kind of wish that they painted his mouth. Not a fan of this expression without his glasses, so let's just go ahead and put those back on. That I can stand a little more than without his glasses. Like I said, you can see, I believe those are supposed to be music notes on his tie. His jacket is white with the red going down the sides. You can see the buttons on both sides. Painted really nicely. The paint's really clean, and then on the back it does say Jimmy Hart. Yeah, mine is a little smudged right there. A little unfortunate, but you know, it happens. And then he does have just black pants. Anybody know what this thing is? It's not a belt, although I know like managers in the 80s would wear them. I don't know what it is. Is it a girder that makes them look thinner, or is it a belt? I honestly have no idea, because yeah, I know a lot of wrestling garments, but I don't know what this is called. Whatever it is, he has it. And like I said, if it's a gurney? No, not a gurney, a girdle. Whatever it's called, it goes right here. If it's a belt, it goes lower. It is kind of loose on him, so you can move it up and down. It's not affixed to the sculpt, so that's pretty good. Like I said, just really nice details. Yes, he does hold the megaphone in his hand, so that's pretty good. What good would Jimmy Hart be if he had two fists and couldn't hold a megaphone? I do feel like this Jimmy Hart is a little bit... Oh my... There's already a problem that I didn't notice. His arm's really loose. And it's the arm with a megaphone. That's a little unfortunate. Let's actually get that out of his... And no, it's just loose, naturally. I can fix that, but anyway, like I said, I feel like this figure is a little too tall. I know Jimmy Hart is, I think, 6 feet. Might be a little shorter, but yeah, he seems a little too tall for my taste, and I don't know, it just kind of throws the figure off for me, because that or he was always with taller guys, and that just made him seem short. I know, like, people say I'm tall, but then when I stand next to my brother, I'm short, so that might be the case here. But really do love this jacket. This is a really nice jacket, and I know Bobby Heenan has this jacket, which I'm really looking forward to getting that set. So really nice detail, really loving this figure. Let's actually go on to his articulation, because he does have elite style articulation. He does have a bulge in his head. Unfortunately, doesn't go up and down too well. He does have his mullet, which prevents it from going back too far. And the way it catches the jacket, it doesn't go forward too much. Really limited side-to-side movement, but he can turn his head left and right. You don't need him turning his head more than that, so, you know, it's acceptable. Arms on a bulge and go out, do a full 360. He spins at the bicep, single jointed in the elbow, spins and bends at the wrist, although I'm not sure if you can see this. It's really prominent off camera, but his hand is a completely different color than the peg, so it is kind of disturbing why they paint the hands. I can't think of any good reason why they paint the hands flesh tone, and it's this, you can see it better on this hand, but yeah, his hands are painted flesh tone rather than actually being molded in flesh tone, so I don't know. He does have an ab crunch. Not really good on the forward movement, but leaning back he does have better movement. Waist goes swivels at the waist, although mine is really loose. As you can see, I'm not putting much effort in that, and it's just really loose. But legs go forward, back, and out pretty far. He swivels at the thigh. Again, loose. My Jimmy Hart has some loose joints. Double jointed in the knee. And he has a ball-jointed ankle, which moves somewhat forward, very little back. Does move side to side, and then add to the side to side. He does have a rocker ankle, so, you know, if they could find a way to, like, make this ankle better, that would be a really great range of... That would be a really good point of articulation, but unfortunately, they haven't. So that's Jimmy Hart for you. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get in pose for my final thoughts, then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Jimmy Hart pose for my final thoughts. Overall, really nice figure. The jacket does seem kind of bulky on him. I know Jimmy Hart was a smaller guy, but the jacket just makes him look like really chunky. I don't know, I might actually take this off because that is adding to the bulk of the jacket. If you really wanted to, you could just slide this down his waist. It's not really attached to anything, as you can see. So like I said, if you really wanted to take this thing off, you can. You don't have to leave it on. It's your figure. You can do whatever you want with it. But anyway, really like this figure. I really do enjoy that we're getting managers. I know Bobby Heenan came out in the Heenan Family 4-pack, which I'm really trying to get my hands on. But Jimmy Hart is a really nice addition to your collection, especially if you're a Legends fan, because he just managed so many great Legends and legendary tag teams that it's really hard to just put him with one. I kind of see people buying multiple Jimmy Harts just so they can have them in different displays. I'm not going to do that. I'm really satisfied with this figure. I'll just find somebody he'd manage and stick him there. But if you can find Jimmy Hart, I really recommend you pick him up, especially if you're a Legends fan, if you're collecting the Hall of Fame line, or if you just like manager figures. We've been getting a lot of non-wrestling characters, and I'm really glad Mattel is spreading out and giving us that. Really hoping for a suit Corey Graves, but in due time. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm King of Dragons 5000 saying don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, tell me what you think of the figure, tell me if there's other figures you would like to see me review, and if I can find time to review them, I will get to them, especially if they fit in my collection. But like I said, check out my other figure reviews. My WWE videos are also up, as well as all my other figure reviews. I'm on Patreon now, so if you guys want to donate and help the channel grow, more exclusive content will go as I build an audience there. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later. I'm King of Dragons 5000. Take care, everyone. My